Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Kiva and I'm all about contemporary and modern decor. But my style since being on YouTube has evolved so much. Our home used to be very cold and minimal, and it's still very minimal, but it's not as cold anymore. We're working with a warmer color palette while still staying really contemporary because that's what we love. So today I want to give you a quick living and dining room tour. Before we get in today's video though, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram because that is where you will see all of these transformations as they occur. But let's just get into today's video. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Every single thing about our living room has changed. And I wanna say this before we get into it. Of course, I'm all about the luxe look for less, but I did partner with Our House on My Living Room for a campaign that I did over on Instagram. So a lot of things in this room were gifted to me, but there are some DIYs and some affordable things mixed in, but this was just kind of the part in the house that we really did want to splurge on. So just keep that in mind as we walk through the space. So the first thing I really want to chat about is our brand new sofa. So this is the Coburn sofa from Our House, and you're probably saying, Kiva, you got rid of the white sofas? I did. And let me tell you a few reasons why. Reason number one is when I sat down on the white sofas, my feet, like you see here, my feet can touch the ground and I can sit comfortably. I used to look like a 2-year-old trying to sit on the sofa because I had to sit so far back to get some back support, or I had to sit at the very edge like this, my feet on the floor. And I was just tired of that, especially since I work from home. I just want to be able to lounge on my sofa while I do work, so that was a huge thing for me. Also, just as we get older and as we contemplate like family and stuff like that, I wanted some furniture that was made with performance fabric, and this is. And that means that I can spill anything on this. So for example, yesterday someone spilled something on it and it just comes right up no matter what. You just use some water and a white towel and it comes right up. So I did want something that was easy to clean. So of course I have all these tips and tricks on how to clean white furniture, and I will continue bringing that to you. And you can find all of that over on my Instagram, but I didn't want to have to do that all the time, and I was especially tired of the fluffing. I was tired of the fluffing, so we did go with the sofa. And the only reason it's not white is because it does not come in white in the configuration that we got, and I wanted the features more than I wanted the color. But the very main reason why we wanted this sofa, and again, I did a campaign with them over on Instagram, so this is not an ad, I just am sharing it with you, and I feel like all influencers are not transparent about this. They're like, oh, I got this, $50,000 living room, I don't know how I did it. Someone gave it to you, right? So anyway, this is the Coburn sofa, and the reason I really love it is, watch this. Doo-doo. It has 2 built-in recliners. So this is not mine, this is Babe's. So I hope she doesn't mind me being over in her area. But here it is. There are 2 recliners, the head moves, the feet move, and so you're able to lounge about. This is probably the most unflattering angle I will ever show you, but it is for the sake of interior design. And you can lounge about without lounging this way, so 2 people can lay down at once. I wanted a massive piece of art that was almost the same size, just a little bit larger than the sofa. I was like, isn't your name DIY with KB? And all of the quotes for the art this size I was getting were upwards of $12,000, and no. So I did DIY this. I said this in last week's video, and I'll say it again. If you don't like it, you don't need to share that with me, but I love it. Babe loves it. We actually made it using coffee, and I'm going to show you how I did this over on TikTok because a lot of people have been asking. But we just made it with coffee and a prime canvas we got on Amazon for like $150. So I really love it because there's a lot of motion and texture, but it was all made with like leftover coffee grinds we had because I have an espresso addiction. So it was really nice to actually be able to put that to use. Now this is Babe's corner because she needs like a little side table for food consumption because yeah, we're people who eat in front of the TV, and I think that that's fine. So this is a gold end table. Even though we decided to go with a warmer color palette, I was in no way going to give up my love for the color gold, obviously. And then I just have a book here, a print book that I got at an architectural salvage store with an acrylic book stand underneath. Because, yeah, it's prints. I love looking at prints. I just wanted to have this book on display so that I was actually more inclined to rifle through it. And then I also have a olive vase back here. And then this tree I also got from Home Goods. So I used some things that were definitely saves over here in this corner. Yes, I do want to get a real plant at some point. I'm thinking of ficus, but I just have to find a nursery in Pittsburgh. So if you're from Pittsburgh and you know anything about that, please leave the information down in the comments. You guide me. I'm really ready to hear what you have to suggest. Part of this design was also relinquishing control, and you're like, okay, Kiva, don't get all Dr. Phil on me. But I am so uptight, and I think that having a home that was uptight made me even more uptight, if that made sense. So we wanted a place that was more conducive to relaxation. So we did get these pillow covers from IKEA because they're just nice and linen. They have the wrinkles in them, but wrinkles are okay, right? Wrinkles are a part of life, and I love them. And I think they were like 10, 20 bucks each, because they're 26 by 26. And then I got this blanket from 8th Generation. If you're not familiar with them, they are a native-owned company based out of the Pacific Northwest, and they manufacture their own goods. So this is the Orca blanket, and I'm gonna open it up for you. Of course, I'll show you more in depth what it looks like. But you can see an orca in it, and I love it. They reached out to me and they're like, we'll send you something. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy it. I'm so happy to have found you. Thank you for messaging me, so now I can give you all of my money. I just love this blanket, and yeah, I love being able to support the native population, because in general, the world does not do that enough. So I love this blanket. Hopefully I'll be able to get another one. I actually want to use one as a wall tapestry, so we'll see. But I definitely encourage you to go check them out over on Instagram. So now we have the coffee table, and I know you're probably saying, Kiva, you paid an arm and a leg for this. So this coffee table I actually found on Facebook Marketplace. And beyond the sofa, the table is actually really what sparked a lot of my desire to change the living room around. I feel like if I hadn't found this, I probably wouldn't have switched things around as much as I did. I probably would have just gotten 2 of the same sofa and called it a day. But it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. Now over here on the table, I just have a tray. I always like to have a tray because if you have food or drinks, it can sit on the tray. And then I have this checkered box. You'll see the chessboard in a second, but I have the checkered box that reminds you of a chessboard. And then in here, we just have our remote, some coasters. I got this off of Amazon. I thought it looked really good. It doesn't. That's how you know the quality there. I have these coasters from Earth Day at our house because they do a lot of sustainable materials. So I have that. And then this book that my grandma keeps trying to steal from me that I love on decorating. Over here, you're probably saying, what, red in your space? So my grandmother's late boyfriend, he was really a huge father figure for me because my parents didn't take care of me, so it was my grandmother and him. And he made this chessboard for her, and my entire life I said, when I have my own house, I'm gonna take it. Not gonna take it, I'm gonna ask for it, and she did give it to me. So I did bring it home. I just love it, and it actually really motivated a lot because I got this and then I was like, I want to have an ode to it with this box. I want to have an ode to it with the rug. I want to have an ode to it with this blanket back here. So I love it. It's blue and green. He made all the pieces. He made the chessboard. It does need to be polished, but I'm so glad I finally have it. And I know someone's gonna say there's graffiti behind you. That's correct. Someone graffitied on our window about a year ago, and we've been trying to get it off for a year. We've had so many people come in. If you have any ideas, let me know, but it's there. It's part of the decor now, so you don't have to be like, Kiva, did you know? I do know. I spent a lot of hours standing out there like, please come off. So it is what it is. So now I wanna talk to you about the chairs. So we didn't do a double sofa arrangement. So we got 2 leather swivel chairs. Because I've always wanted swivel chairs, and I like how dark these are. So these are the Pelton swivel chairs. I have a faux fur pillow in them. You guys know I love faux fur. And then our fig Hermes blanket. And then this pillow, and then the chair. The dog is terrified of this chair. Then we have another chair on this side as well. And same situation here. You have the faux fur, and then you have this blanket which goes, excuse me. We have this blanket which goes on our bed in the bedroom, but we had guests, so we wanted everyone to have enough blankets. And then last but certainly not least, we do have our frame TV, and I had to make some art for it because when I work with brands, I was getting copyright claims for the art, so I just had to make some quick on my iPad. So I just made it very similar to the art over there. And then people always ask me, what do you do with dog toys? We have a ton of dog toys. They sit in this bin here. You can come around and show it. I'll expose myself. They sit in this bin. We just put this on here for the sake of the video, but it has all of his toys in it, and he can actually reach in and get them himself, which I really appreciate because I feel like I shouldn't have a house that kind of prevents my dog from being a dog. So he likes it. He's trying to go in there right now. And then the rug, it's from Nordic Knots. One of my very first Instagram followers recommended to me. Shout out to Colin. He's fantastic. I think he's here on YouTube too. And I love it. It's very, very thin. So what we did is we just got a nice rug pad from Amazon here. It doesn't slip at all. and it holds it right down, and it was very affordable because the dog was running and he was causing this to slip about, so that worked well. And I know someone's concerned about the mirror. The mirror is still here. It's just off to the side because this way we can actually look at ourselves before we go out, make sure we look okay, decent. Because before it wasn't getting too much utility back there because it was kind of hidden behind the coffee table. And I'm not going to show you the kitchen just yet because we do want to do some more updates there. This is one of the Kader Bolys, and he is selling these prints now in a different frame. So if you're interested in them, go ahead over to his Instagram. I had the honor of meeting him a few months ago. He invited me to a show, and the night before I got the worst food poisoning ever. But we still made it. We drove to Philly, and he gifted me a piece of art, which is going to be in our bedroom now. But this is one of them. This is one of the art pieces that started everything for me, and I also really wanted to design the house in a way that worked better with this artwork because it really is so special to me. And you may have seen this before. If not, I'll link you to my Christmas video where you can kind of see this, but we did get a new dining setup. So these are the Jagger chairs from our house, and I love them because they give you the little pop of gold that we love with black, and then the arch. The curved back. So, you know, in our original iteration of the living room, it was a little bit too matchy-matchy. It was too much of the same. So this is how we kind of changed it up a bit. And they are performance fabric. So I did spill something on it recently right here. So I will include some B-roll of me getting it out. But they're performance fabric, so you can get everything out of them if you stain them, which is really important for chairs, especially in a dining area, if you have kids or you're a messy eater or anything like that. And in terms of the dining table, it's just a Parsons dining table, and we have 2 cowhides layered on the floor underneath. I really like the look of layered rugs. I've been doing this for a while, and then it became popular, so I was like, nice, I'm glad that I'm on trend here. But I love it. It'll stay even after it's not on trend. And we don't do much styling here because I sit here all the time. I do work, we eat, I do a lot of projects here. So there's just literally a few vases here and a little bowl. But normally it's completely empty if I'm being honest, just because we do use the table, so why would I put decor on it? So you can see our house is still very, very minimal, extremely minimal. It just is a little bit warmer. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on our living room tour. We will be doing a tour of the other rooms soon, so stay tuned for that. I just wanted to do it piecemeal, and also design takes time, and we had a whole entire fiasco with our bedroom, so we kind of had to start over there. But thank you so much for joining us. Wiener says thank you. Babe is behind the camera, so thank you, Babe, for being a great videographer. And if you liked today's video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram. But more importantly, it's okay to change your design style, and design takes time. Our living room looked the same for many, many years. We had the same furniture, and sure, we switched out the decorative accents and maybe like a cheap coffee table or two, but it stayed the same. But it's also okay to evolve and want something different as your life kind of changes as well. And until next time, have a beautiful day.